Hello, everyone. It is Thursday. This is our Thursday class. We're going to continue working on the low back, increasing mobility of the low back, some flexibility exercises, as well as some strengthening. But of course, it will be a full body workout. So we're going to start standing up on your mat. Bring your feet hip width apart. Have your knees soft. The hips are stable in a neutral position. We're going to lift our chests up so you feel as if your whole rib cage is lifting away from the hips, and bring your arms down by your sides. So this is looking for our perfect posture. If I turn to the side, you'll see my knees are soft, my hips are back a little bit, the chest is lifted, shoulders wide, chin parallel to the floor. Starting from this starting point, we'll take a deep breath in and lift our chins, and then breathe out and lower the chin to the chest. Go again, breathe in and lift your chin. I'm just going to mute everyone. Breathe out and lower. That's it. Breathing in, lifting. Excellent. Breathing out, lowering. One more time. Now, this is an important exercise so that we get in touch with the vestibular system. Come back to center, keeping that perfect posture. Turn your head to the right without turning the shoulders, and coming back to center. Turn your head to the left and back to center. Good. Breathe in one side and breathe out the other. One more time, breathe in one side and breathing out the other side. Perfect. Coming back to center, bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees a little bit more. So from the side, you'll see my knees are bent here. And we'll rock our hips from side to side. Now, as mentioned just before we started the recording, belly dancers have a very low incidence of low back pain. So this means that their low backs are mobile and strong. And these are some of the movements that they do. Now, come back to center, step your right foot forward and just place the toes and the ball of the foot on the floor. And I want you to lift the hip up as if you want to bring it up over your right knee and then back to neutral. So we lift it up, back to neutral. All of this mobilizes not just the hips, but the low back. And it's also using certain muscles that maybe we're not used to using. One more time. And we step our foot back and change feet. Left foot, toes on the floor, ball of the foot on the floor. Lift the hip forward and back, as if you want to bring it over the knee and back. With my hands on my hips, I'm touching my low back with my thumbs so I can feel actually all sorts of muscles being stretched and contracted. And you can feel the movement. One more time. And come back to neutral. Good. Step to the front edge of your mat now. Soften your knees again. Hands to your heart center. Clasp your hands together and send the palms skyward. Lift up through the chest and soften the shoulders. So when we lift the arms, avoid lifting the shoulders up to the ears. Keep the shoulders down and soft. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, lean to your right. Breathing in, rise back up. Breathing out to your left. Notice how you need to contract the abdominal core. Breathing out to the right. When you lean over, contract the core to hold. Out to the left. One more time each side. Out to the right. And to the left. Coming back to center, palms together over the head. Bring your thumbs into your upper back. Lifting your head, softly push against your forearms to open up the chest, the throat, the shoulders. And then raise the arms up again. Look up to the sky, and we're going to start moving from here. Folding forward, you can bring your hands in front of your heart, hips go back, elbows come to the knees, and then set the fingertips down. Stepping one leg at a time behind you into a plank position, lift your head, look forward. Lower your knees to the earth. And ladies, we're going to do just one push-up. This helps to warm up the body. So bring your chest down as low as possible and push back up. Bring yourself all the way to the floor. Point your toes, lengthen your legs. Now here, instead of a regular cobra with our hands on the floor, we'll do unsupported cobra. Lift your head, chest, shoulders, and the hands. The elbows go up to the sky. Then push your hands down. Lift up onto your hands and knees. Now, keeping your hands out in front of you, take a deep breath in, curl the spine, and breathe out and round. So this is cat and cow, a little bit different because our hands are far out in front of us. Do it again. We're going to do 3 times total. Breathing out, rounding. And once more, breathing in, curling. And breathing out, we round. Coming back to a flat back, tuck your toes, rise to downward facing dog pose. Turn your toes to the right, and we'll bounce here, bending the knees. 3, 2, 1. Good. Turn the toes to the left, and we'll bounce here. 3, 2, 1. Turn the toes forward. Lift your right leg and press it to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Swing it halfway up the mat. Step the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees low, hands to thighs. Lift the chest, arms by your ears, and we bounce here. 3, 2, 1. Come to standing, palms together over the head. So we start just like we did last time. Stretch to the sky, and let's go. Folding right away. Elbows to knees. Hands come to the floor. Step one leg back at a time. You're in a plank position now. Lower your knees. 1 push up. Move yourself down. Point your toes. Here's the unsupported cobra. Lift your head, chest, shoulders, and hands. Hands come back down. Push up onto the hands and knees. Here are the 3 cat and cow. Breathing in, look skyward. Breathing out and round. And again, breathe in, look skyward. Breathing out, rounding. Once more, breathing in. Breathing out. Back to a flat back, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Turn your toes to the left. Bounce 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Turn your toes to the right. Bounce 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Turn your toes forward. Left foot up. Let's press it. 3, 2, 1. Swing it halfway up the mat. Step the rest of the way forward. Hands to thighs to lift yourself up. Arms by your ears. We bounce. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Arms over the head. We're going to go again. Breath in. Breathe out. Fold forward. Stepping back to plank. 1 push up here. Moving all the way down. Unsupported cobra. Coming up onto the hands and knees. Cat and cow 3 times. Keep breathing with each movement. Downward facing dog. Turn your toes to the right, bounce 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Turning the toes to the left and bounce. 3, 2, 1. Left foot goes up to the, right foot goes up to the sky. Here we go. Press it. 3, 2, 1. Swinging forward. Stepping all the way forward. Hands to thighs, lifting. Arms by your ears, bouncing. 3, 2, 1. Come to standing. Here's our last round, ladies. Reach to the sky and fold. Let's go. Stepping back to the plank. Knees come down, one push-up. Woo, all the way down. Unsupported cobra, hands come off the floor, elbows up. Press down onto your hands and knees. Deep breath in and curl. Breathe out and round. 3 times. 2. And 1. Coming back to the flat back, tuck your toes, rising to down dog. Turn your toes to the left and bounce. 3, 2, we're almost there. 1, turn your toes to the right and bounce. 3, 2, 1, lift your left foot up, press it. 3, 2, 1, swing it halfway up the mat. Step the rest of the way. Hands to thighs, lifting up to chair. Arms by your ears, let's go, bounce. 3, 2, 1, and finishing up, bring your arms down by your sides and refine that perfect posture. Knees are soft, hips back a little bit, chest lifting, arms stretched. Okay. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees, letting your hips go back a little bit. This you're going to feel, this engages the low back. So in the position, you should have curve in the low back. Chest is lifting. Set your right foot on top of your left thigh. This is called infinity pose. Hands to your heart center, and then to the crown of the head. The thumbs will touch the crown of the head. Elbows point forward. Begin lifting your chin, lift your eyes. Look up to the sky, keeping curve in the low back, and we hold here. Deep breaths in and out. One more deep breath in. And we release. Arms down by our sides. Look for that perfect posture again. Good. Hands to your hips. Bend your knees, the hips go back. This strengthens the low back, ladies. It contracts the low back, get some strength in there. Set your left foot on top of the right thigh. Hands to your heart center. Raise the thumbs to the crown of the head, elbows point forward. Lift your chin, lift your chest, curving at the low back even more. Holding and breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Releasing. Arms come down, hands come down. Good job. Set your hands to your hips. Step your right foot back halfway to the edge, back edge of the mat. So you're halfway. Have the toes pointing out diagonally to the side. Your left foot points front. Bend your knees like you're in a funny little open squat. This is called tribal lunge. So the knee and the toe point out diagonally, the right knee and toe. Left knee and toe point forward. Set your hands onto your thighs so you lean forward. Left elbow now to the left thigh. Place your right arm, either you can grab your right shoulder and open up with the elbow, or stretch the arm to the sky. So this is a little bit like our side lunge that we used to do. This is much more protective of the hips and the low back. Look up to your right hand, sink down low with the hips, feel the twist that's going on at the waist, and the low back is curved and stable. Take another deep breath in. Look down to the floor. Bring the right hand down to the floor, so both knees stay bent. You can do this with both knees bent as low as you wish. Set your left hand on the thigh and begin twisting your upper body so you look to your left. You turn by pushing against the left thigh with the left hand. You should really start feeling your thighs and your hips working as well. Now you can lift the elbow or the arm and hold here. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Hands come down now. And as much as possible, straighten out your front leg. If you need to set your hands on the ankle of the front leg, do that. Pull your chest forward, press your hips back. The back leg stays bent. It's only the front leg that's straightening out. And you feel a deep stretch down the back of the leg. For some people who have very tight hamstrings, it creates low back pain. So this is where we're stretching out the hamstrings in a very focused and targeted way. Take another deep breath in. Rebend the front knee. Setting the fingertips down. Step forward with the back leg. Lift your heels and see how low you can get in the squat. If it's only halfway, that's fine. If you can get all the way down to the heels, that's good too. Find the position where you can get. If you're down at the heels, bring the hands to the heart center and lift the chest. Set your gaze at one point and hold. Fingertips come back down to the earth. Softly begin stretching your legs again. Hands come to the thighs. Now we're going to round the back. Because you're supporting your upper back, you can round your spine, tuck the hips under, roll up to that perfect posture, standing position. Arms stretched by your sides, knees soft, hips back. Lift your chest. Hands to your hips and we'll do the other side. Lift your left foot and send it back into the tribal lunge. The left foot pointing diagonally to the left, right foot pointing straight forward. Bending both knees, let your hips go back, and the back is remaining curved. Set your hands on your thighs, and then the right elbow goes to the right side. Left arm, elbow goes up to the sky, or you can stretch the arm. Look up to your left hand and hold here, the hips way back. Twisting, you should feel it really twisting in through the waist and the low back. 3, 2, 1. Bring your left hand down. Bend your knees low, low, low until you can get the left hand to the floor. Then the right hand goes to the right side and we turn the upper body only. The legs stay bent deep. Turn your chest, turn your shoulders to the right. Then either lift the right elbow or stretch the right to the sky. Holding here, get that deep twist into the low back. 3, that's great, stay with it. 2, and 1. Bring the hands down. Begin straightening only your front leg. Back leg stays bent. You could have your hands on the floor or the hands on the front ankle. We're going to target that hamstring, the back of the right leg. Lift your chest forward, tailbone goes back, and we hold here. 3, 2, 1. Bend the front knee. Fingertips come back down to the floor. Step your back leg forward. Lift the heels, go down as low as possible. If you're down on the heels, lift your chest, hands to the heart center. And just for a little bit more work on balance, you can close your eyes and stay balanced. 3, 2, 1. Fingertips come to the floor. Softly straighten your legs. Hands to your thighs. Roll up slow. All right. Hands to your hips. Move the hips from side to side to really relax the low back and let go of the low back. Good job. Bring your feet together. Bending your right knee, bring the right knee out to the side. You could be at the ankle. You could be at the higher than the kneecap, or you could be at the inner thigh. Raise your arms diagonally to the sky. Lift your chest, lift your eyes. Focus your eyes on one point. Breathing in and out through the nose. Good. Hands can come down to your hips and lower the foot. Well done. Left knee bends out to the side. You could be at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise your arms in a V position. Lift the chest, lengthen. If you can lengthen the spine. Focus your eyes at one point. Excellent. Hands to the hips. Lower the leg down. Perfect. We're going to start working on the floor a little bit more deeply into the low back. So take a big step to your front edge of your mat. Hands to your heart center. And deep breath in, rise. Folding forward. Step back to a plank position. And we're going to hold our plank. Here's our core work, ladies. This is really important. Pull the belly button up and in. Pull the perineum up and in. Open the shoulders wide. Legs and glutes are contracted. Take deep breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Softly lower the knees to the earth. Softly lower the chest down. Good. Hands under the forehead. And here's where we're going to move already with the low back, hips from side to side. All right. Lifting the head, chest, and shoulders. Keep your feet down. And I want you to do a gentle exercise. We're going to do about 5 of these, where we feel the tailbone, the sacrum and the tailbone, which are at the very low back. I want you to feel like you're pushing them towards your heels. To do that, you've got to contract your belly upwards and inwards, and it pushes the tailbone down. There's a tilt of the hips going on. At the same time, when you do this, you're going to squeeze your glutes really tightly together. So here we go. We're going to do it 5 times. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Squeeze your glutes. Push your tailbone towards your heels and hold. Breathe in. Release that. Again. Breathe out. Squeeze the glutes. Press the tailbone down towards the heels. Breathe in and release. 3 more times. Let's go. Breathing out. Squeeze. Press down. Breathe in. Breathing out. Squeeze. Press the tailbone down towards the heels. Breathing in. Last one. Breathe out. Squeeze the glutes. Press the tailbone down towards the heels. And release. Good job. Move the hips from side to side. Relaxing and letting go. Next, keep your feet down, touching the floor. Lift your head, chest, and shoulders. Reach your arms out in front of you, thumbs pointing up. We're going to take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, bring the elbows down. And to extend the arms behind you, bring the elbows up behind you and reach behind to lift a little higher. We'll do that again. Reach out in front, breathe in, breathe out. Elbows come down, push the hands behind you, reaching for the heels. So this is taking one step farther from the Monday class. Breathe in, reach in front of you. Breathe out, elbows come down and push your hands toward your heels. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out, elbows come down, hands towards the heels. Here's the last one. Breathing in and breathing out. Hands come underneath the forehead. Move your hips from side to side. Very good job, ladies. Really good. Lift your head, chest, and shoulders. Open up your feet as wide as the mat. Bend your knees and touch your big toes together. So this kind of makes like a diamond with the legs. The knees are wide, the feet touch each other, and we're going to set the right hand out to the right hand side. So stretch your right arm out to the side, palm down. Left hand will come to the floor and underneath your left shoulder. And we're going to lift the left leg, left hip, and twist. We've done this a couple of weeks ago in class. So we're going to lift the left knee, and you're going to feel there's work going on at the low back, at the glute, and the side of the leg. And we hold. There's a stretch going on also in the pectoral muscles. 3, 2, 1. Softly release, rolling back onto your belly, hands under the forehead, and once again, let your hips move from side to side, getting that idea of the belly dancer's release. Good. Now we change sides. Left arm stretches out to the side. Bring your feet wide and then touch the big toes together. So the knees stay wide, toes together. Right hand underneath the shoulder. Roll so that you lift the right leg. And it's a beautiful twist that goes on in the spine here. And the twist is initiated from the lower part of the body rather than the upper part. Lift your right knee, hold it here, feel that there's that stretch in the pectorals as well. 3, 2, good. 1. Softly roll back onto your belly. Hands under the forehead, release the legs, and move from side to side. We'll do one more strengthening posture on the belly for the low back. And that will be snake pose. Lift your legs, raise your arms behind you. If possible, clasp the hands behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, looking forward. Squeeze the backs of the legs as well as the glutes, and we hold 3. Keep breathing. 2, and 1. Come on down. Hands under the shoulders, push up onto the hands and knees. Good job. Open your knees. Walk your hands off the right hand side of your mat. Press your hips back. This is a beautiful stretch for the lumbar region. And specifically, a muscle called the quadratus lumborum. Let's lift back up. Hands off the left-hand side of the mat. Bring your hips back. Stretching out the quadratus lumborum, right down at the bottom of the back. Release. Walk your hands and knees forward. Bring your feet to one side. Come to a seated position. And we're going to roll down onto the back. So grab behind your thighs and roll down softly onto your back. So we're going to do the whole series of the bridge poses. Bring your arms down by your sides. Walk your feet away from you. Heels into the floor, toes pointing up. This is for the hamstrings. Lift your hips up. Pull your heels towards your hips. Hamstring bridge. You can touch the backs of your legs to feel the strength of those hamstrings. They should be firing. They should be hard as rocks. Okay, so you can feel it back behind your legs. To take it farther, let's lift our right knee up, then bring it back down. Left knee, bring it back down. Right knee, back down. Left knee, back down. One more time right. Good. One more time left. Excellent. Bring the hips down. To release, let's take a happy baby pose. Grab either behind the thighs, around the ankles, or the bottoms of the feet. Hold here and breathe. Bend your knees, set your feet flat on the floor, hip width. Knees also hip width. Elbows can press down into the floor. Lift your hips up, halfway to maximum. Okay, so not all the way up, halfway to maximum. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze your knees together. This works the inner thighs. Pull the perineum up towards the belly button. And then you breathe in, open your knees. Let's go. Breathing out, pull the perineum up to the belly. Breathe in, open the knees. Breathing out, breathing in. And again, breathe out, breathing in. 3 more times. Last one. Excellent. Bring your hips down. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, so we get a little stretch of the inner thighs. There's a nice release in the abdomen. Your hands can be at your inner thighs or on the floor. Take a couple of deep breaths here just to let go. Lifting the knees up. Set your feet hip width. Set your elbows into the earth. Lift your hips up. Set your right heel onto your left knee. And here we go. We're going to press up to the sky. 10, 9. Really squeeze the glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the leg to the sky. Point the toe. We're going to go again. 10. Breathe out. 9, 8, 7, 6. Hang on to it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot back down to the floor. Good job. Left foot on top of the right knee. So get yourself set up properly. We work the glute on the other side. Let's go. 10, 9, squeeze tight. 8, lift the hips each time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the legs straight, toe pointed, lifting. 10, 9, squeeze it. 8, 7, that's great. Keep going. 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot back down, bring the hips back down. Whew. All right. Let your knees fall from right to left. So this is releasing the low back, just as we do when we're on our tummies. And now we're going to go for that yogic bridge. So bring your knees back up to neutral. Set the feet hip width, knees hip width, elbows into the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades a bit so that you've got the upper back curving as well. And let's go. Raise the hips. Half bridge pose as high as you can go. And hold. Please never move into any pain. Take deep, slow breaths. The breath should be found in your diaphragm, up underneath the ribs. One more deep breath in. Good job, ladies. Raise your arms over your head. Slowly lower the back, one vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Once the back is all the way on the floor, open your feet as wide as your mat. Allow your knees to fall to your right. Hold the position, arms nicely stretched behind you. Good. One knee at a time. Lift and change sides. Knees go to the left. Reach your arms really well behind you. Keep breathing. One knee at a time. Lift. And let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Lift both knees up. Have them pointing towards your chest. Grab around the legs. And we'll hold here. Good job. Breathe deeply and slowly. Allow yourself just to release, relax into the hip, which also affects the low back. This deep stretch in the hip. Bring the left foot back down to the earth. Allow the knees to fall to your left. Turn your head to the right. Spinal twist. Right arm is stretching out and you're getting a good stretch into the pectoral muscles. Raise the right arm, roll to your left-hand side, left arm underneath the head. Grab a hold of your right leg and push the right knee behind you. Bring the right knee to the right shoulder and roll softly onto your back. Set your foot down, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Raise both legs, grab around the thighs and pull the knees towards the shoulders. Bring your right foot down to the earth. Allow the knees to fall to your right. Open your arm to the left for a spinal twist. Lifting your left arm up, roll to your right hand side, grab your left ankle, push the knee behind you, hip forward for a stretch of the quadriceps. Nicely done, ladies. Left knee to the left shoulder, roll onto your back. Now let's take that happy baby pose again. So lift your feet up. You can either grab the ankles or underneath the feet, or you could even grab your big toes if you prefer. Find what works for you. Rock a bit from side to side and feel how that deeply stretches the low back. This is a really nice stretch to do at the beginning of your day, okay? And then mobilizing your back during the day, moving the back from side to side, as well as some soft twisting throughout your day is going to keep your back healthy and strong. Stretch your right leg straight in this position. Feel the back of the leg, that's that hamstring again, it stretches out. Rebend that right knee and we change. Left leg stretches, getting the back of the leg to open up and stretch out. We hold. Rebend. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together. Push your elbows at the inner thighs to get a little inner thigh stretch here. Pulling your feet towards your belly. Then bring your feet back down to the earth. Clasp your hands together. Bring them behind your head. Elbows come in front of the face and lift your head. So you don't need to lift your chest and shoulders, just the head to get the stretch of the neck. Then turning the head to the right, look at your right foot, feel the stretch that goes down the left-hand side. Keep your shoulders pushing downwards towards your hips. Come back to center and change to your left. Look at the left foot, shoulders down. Back to center. Softly lower the head down to the earth. Place your hands onto your belly. Keep your knees bent for the moment. And place one hand above the belly button, the other hand below the belly button. So one hand is checking the diaphragmatic breath. The other hand is checking that the perineum and that bowl, that perineal floor, the bowl of muscles in the hips does not move. You do not want that to move with your breath. So here we go. Take a deep breath in. See if you can get the breath just moving the upper belly. Keep the lower belly strong. Breathe out. And again, breathing in. And breathing out. The more you focus on the upper belly breath, the more you're going to feel that it's the lower ribs that move to breathe. And that's what we want. Again, breathing in. Breathing out. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Good job. Stretch one leg at a time onto the mat. Place your hands by your sides, palms facing the sky. And just soften your breath without directing your breath anywhere. Just soften. Allow the breath to happen. When you let your body take over, your body automatically goes to diaphragmatic breaths when you are relaxing. Of course, if you're working or if you're doing something else, running or even walking at a fast pace, your body will take over again and it'll change to chest breath. There's nothing wrong with the chest breath. It's simply your body's doing and breathing the way it needs to at the time. Allow now your hands and your feet to relax and to let go. Relax your legs and your arms. Relax your hips. Soften the shoulders. Soften the low back. the tummy, the chest, and the upper back. See if you can relax the trapezius, the region between your shoulders and your neck. Relax and soften the jaw. Relax and soften all the muscles in the face, especially around the mouth, the eyes, and the forehead. As you relax and let go, look forward to your afternoon. And imagine an absolutely perfect afternoon for you, whether you're at work, at home, whatever you have planned, whatever goals you have this afternoon. Imagine best possible outcome. Begin now to breathe more deeply. Slowly move your fingers and your toes. Moving the hands and the feet. Give yourself time to come back. Raise your arms up over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. And bring your hands down. Lift your knees to your chest and squeeze them to the chest, rocking from side to side. Then let's roll all the way onto the right-hand side, onto the shoulder and the hip. And once you're there, set your hands down and push onto the floor to lift from the side, to come to a seated position. Nice. So we're going to rub our hands together. Bring your hands over your face, softly tapping around your eyes. Shake your hands out. And then rub your hands together again. And bring your hands to your low back, no matter what position you're in. Just make some circles at the low back. Gives a little bit of heat, a little bit of attention to the low back. And shake out. And we'll rub our hands one more time. And we'll do an exercise for the jaw, where we're going to take our fingers. And what I like to do is use the inside of the index, and you just pinch at the chin, and you pinch all the tissue at the jaw, going all the way back until you reach up to the ears. Do that again. Pinch from the chin all the way along the jaw until you reach just at the ears. This is where the TMJ joint is. One more time, pinch. It's interesting because we're pinching the muscle, but also the attachment of the muscle, but also the fascia. And this helps to relax the jaw so good. All the way up to the TMJ. Shake out. Ah, yeah, that relaxed it. Good. Hands to the heart center. And I wish you all a lovely afternoon. Thanks for joining. Namaste.
Thank you, Anne.
You are so